Top 8 Most Dangerous Dogs in the World. At the point when we hear the word dog, the primary idea that strikes our mind is that they are most agreeable and honest pets to people. Because of their submissive and understanding nature, people regularly keep dogs as pets. The dog or domestic dog is a trained relative of the wolf, and is described by an improving tail. The dogs is derived from extant wolf, and the wolf can be stated as dog's closest living family member. The dog was the principal species to be trained by tracker finders quite a long time back, before the improvement of horticulture. Because of their long relationship with people, dogs have extended to an enormous number of homegrown people and acquired the capacity to flourish with a starch-rich eating routine. The dog has been selectively bred over millennia for various behaviors, sensory capabilities, and physical attributes. Dog varieties differ broadly in shape, size, and variety. They perform numerous jobs for people, like hunting, grouping, pulling loads, insurance, helping police and the military, friendship, treatment, and supporting crippled individuals. Throughout the long term, dog turned out to be exceptionally adjusted to human way of behaving, and the human-dog's bond has been a subject of continuous review. This impact on human culture has provided them with the sobriquet of man's dearest companion. Be that as it may, dogs can be hazardous. How dogs are dealt with can be responsible for how quiet or forceful and perilous they will be. Many individuals are casualties of dog nibbles, many have been actually harmed, certain individuals' bodies are distorted, and others have kicked the bucket from dogs' assaults. Reports demonstrate the way that huge dogs can be more perilous when they send off assaults, since they won't be quickly fought off. Additionally, the power and the nibble force use in going after makes them more hazardous. There are few varieties that are made to safeguard and to chase. However, they can be protected to families, assuming such varieties are all around focused on and prepared appropriately. If not, they can become forceful and risky. There are few varieties that are not unsurprising. Those dogs can be risky regardless of the preparation given. Today we will reveal and discuss about some of the most dangerous dogs found in the world. Number 1. Pit Bull Dog. Despite the fact that it ought to not shock a great many people who concentrate on risky canine varieties, the Pit Bull is the most perilous canine or dog variety. As per the previously mentioned study, over a time of 13 years, the Pit Bull was liable for 284 passings, approximately 2/3 of generally deadly canine assaults in the United States. That is a fairly deterring measurement when one thinks about that just 6% of all canines in the United States are Pit Bulls. They were reproduced to be perilous for ages as hunting canines and battling canines, so it is nothing unexpected these canines keep on being a danger right up to the present day. Another explanation Pit Bulls are the most risky canine variety is that they have enormous bodies, gauging as much as 80 pounds, solid jaws, and extraordinary can-do attitudes. Individuals and different creatures don't have a potential for success against a Pit Bull. In any case, many individuals demand these creatures are only a result of their childhood and have cherishing Pit Bulls as pets. There is a typical legend that the overall population doesn't really have the foggiest idea how to perceive a Pit Bull when they see one. This is presumably impossible since media inclusion of Pit Bulls is so pervasive, and there's heaps of data about Pit Bulls on the web and via virtual entertainment. By and large, Pit Bulls are perceived by their square mold heads and strong bodies. We think this legend of Pit Bulls being unrecognizable truly comes from a misconception encompassing what a Pit Bull truly is. Many individuals imagine that Pit Bulls are a particular variety. However, the expression Pit Bull is really an umbrella term that embodies a few canine varieties that are much of the time called menace breeds. Instances of these varieties incorporate the American Pit Bull Terrier, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the Bull Terrier, and the Cane Corso. There are likewise an enormous number of mutts that probably have Pit Bull DNA remembered for their blend, however it may not be self-evident. Number 2. Rottweiler. The Rottweiler is a type of homegrown canine, viewed as medium to huge or enormous. The canines were referred to in German as Rottweiler Metzgerhund, meaning Rottweil butcher's canines, on the grounds that their primary use was to group livestock, free, and pull trucks loaded down with butchered meat to advertise. This went on until the mid-19th century when rail routes supplanted droving. Albeit still used to crowd stock in many regions of the planet, Rottweilers are presently additionally utilized as search and salvage canines, monitor canines, and police canines. Before pit bulls came into the public awareness as profoundly perilous creatures, Rottweilers were many times considered the most hazardous canine variety on the planet. These canines can grow up to 25 inches tall and weigh 120 pounds or more despite everything be solid. They have huge bodies and a demeanor that can turn foul in certain circumstances. In particular, the canine will turn out to be cordial and defensive of those in its family, yet that security isn't stretched out to guests. During similar break as we talked about with the pit bull, the Rottweiler was liable for 45 deadly assaults, containing 10% of all lethal assaults that were seen during that period in the United States. Rottweilers likewise have a terrifyingly strong chomp that they know how to use to incredible impact. Number 3, American Bulldog. Not at all like their British counterparts, the American Bulldog is as yet a strong working creature that has not been overbred to pointlessness. Standing barely short of 30 inches high, these canines can pack on muscle and weigh over 100 lbs. They are serious areas of strength for thick that are extremely hazardous when they assault. During the 13-year study, American Bulldogs were answerable for 15 passings, around 3.5% of every deadly assault. Albeit that is certainly not a huge number, it's critical when one thinks about that this breed is seldom referenced close by a portion of the other hazardous canines. Depend on it, this breed has a strong chomp and the capacity to bounce sufficiently high and hard enough to thump a grown-up level on their back. Number 4, Bullmastiff. Given, alert, and courageous are terms that apply to the Bullmastiff breed, and to that end individuals esteem them as pets. They'll safeguard your home and yard, yet they probably won't partake within the sight of untouchables, and that conduct must be checked quite early in life to forestall assaults. Despite the fact that assaults by bull mastiffs are generally rare, the truth of the matter is that these canines are huge to such an extent that when they really do go after an individual or another creature, the harm is extreme. They can arrive at 130 pounds and stand 27 inches tall or more. These canines were liable for 3.2% of all deadly goes after that happened over the 13 years of the review, addressing only 14 passings. Nonetheless, when you think about the overall uncommonness of the creature in the US, it's an indication that the canine is dangerous. Number 5. Siberian Huskies. Siberian Huskies are esteemed for their wolf-like looks. You ought not be too shocked to even consider figuring out that canines imparting focuses on wild creatures act similar to them. Huskies were utilized as sled canines in the coldest scopes of Canada and the United States. In spite of the fact that they weigh just 60 pounds, areas of strength for their size and extremely autonomous creatures. These canines are profoundly energetic by getting prey. Most creatures that are more modest than them, including people, can seem to be prey to them. For this situation, their impulses for endurance cause them problems. Huskies were liable for 3% of all deadly goes after in the review we've referred to. Albeit these creatures are well disposed more often than not, they have been known to go after kids and grown-ups that challenge them even without any set of experiences of hostility. Number 6. Doberman Pinscher. The Doberman Pinscher has a famous outline that is effortlessly distinguished by the trimmed ears, straight back, and look of steady readiness. These creatures have been utilized as watchman canines, a task they performed so well that they have become practically inseparable from the gig, German Shepherds to the side. The name Pinscher comes from a German expression that alludes to their propensity for going after and gnawing prey. This is one more variety that was reproduced for ages to become amazing assault canines. It ought not be any unexpected that they are very hazardous. Dobermans were liable for around 6 passings at the hour of the concentrate as well as many gnawing episodes. While not as productive in that frame of mind of passings as different canines, the variety is hazardous and fit for causing serious wounds. They stand between 2 feet and 3 feet tall and gauge as many as 80 pounds. Number 7. Kangol Dog. Kangals are large, beautiful, fast, smart, fearless, and powerful dogs from Turkey. They are additionally named as the Turkish Kangol Canine or Karabash. They have thick furs that shield them from hunters' chomp. They are exceptionally quick, they can run for 50 kilometers each hour, 30 miles each hour. They are utilized for safeguarding groups in Namibia and South Africa as they avert cheaters. They like to work 2 by 2 as watchman canines. Kangals are notable for killing wolves and bears. Kangal is one of the most perilous canines on the planet in 2022 because of its nibble force. Among any remaining hazardous canines, it has the most elevated nibble force, which is north of 700 psi, pound force per square inch, while pit bull chomp force is 235 psi and lion chomp force is around 600 psi. However, they are agreeable to people and they are unsurprising. On the job, they are perilous, that makes them great watchman canines. There have been reports of these varieties going after individuals potentially on the grounds that the canines have been engaged with canine battles and unlawful game. They are lawful to claim, however, in certain nations like UK and Canada, there are limitations to possessing them. Number 8. Boxer dog. Boxers are energetic dogs, mix of English Bulldog and Bull and Beacer. The reproduced was reared in Germany during the 1800s and became well known in the mid-19th 100 years. All things considered, fighters are utilized for dog fighting. Fighters are perky and protected as family pets. However, they can be forceful and perilous when inadequately reproduced or undeveloped. Their lively attributes, strong body figure, strong chomp, and want to damage can make them forceful. There have been reports of fighter taking part in deadly canine chomps. Kids explicitly are the most casualties of fighters' chomp. Spain's government announces fighters as one of the hazardous canines on the planet, and they have been restricted there. Different nations, for example, Ukraine, have limitations on its proprietorship.